G'day folks, it's Cortezerino, and today we are going to do the tutorial for my castle base. Now this is for the entire base, including the moat and the grounds and the castle, but if you just want to build the castle then stay tuned to the channel because I will have separate tutorials just for that, if that's all you want to build. But if you do want the big storage room underneath and everything else, then you are at the right place. And we're going to jump straight into it by marking out the borders of the moat. Now, I really recommend not digging the moat just yet. Like, dig the moat last, because if you make one little mistake with your measurements, moving that moat is going to be a huge job. So we'll just mark it out now, and you can dig it at the end. Although some people may be wanting to use the stone they gather from the moat to build the castle here. So if you do need to do that, I think we're only going about 7 blocks deep here. So dig it out, but by all means don't go to too much effort just yet. Okay, let's get started. So these are rectangles, not squares. Okay, so we'll begin with the outer one. So the longer sides are 137 blocks long and the shorter sides are 129 blocks long. And for the rectangle on the inside, it's 105 blocks by 97. And the front entrance to the castle is going to be on the shorter walls, and it's going to be slightly to the right of center. So now the dimensions are out of the way, I'll show you how to build these. So what we're doing for the outer wall is we're just placing a stone brick in the corner, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 andesite walls, and then we repeat. So for the shorter walls, you will have 16 segments of these andesite walls, and for the longer walls, you will have 17 segments. And then to find the corners for the inner rectangle, just find these 2 stone bricks here, and where they intersect, put a stone brick, and that's the corner for the rectangle in the middle. And to build this one, you can see we've got a crazy mixture of blocks, but it's actually very similar to the way we've done it on the outside. So you have your stone brick, and then a gap of 7 blocks and another stone brick, and all those stone bricks have an andesite wall poking toward the outside. And then instead of andesite walls in the middle here, you're just doing a random mixture of cobblestone, stone, and andesite. So that is the pattern, just 7 blocks in between our stone bricks. And when you do that, you should end up finishing on the other corner with another stone brick with little andesite walls around it. So just go ahead and build all of that. And when you're putting in this line, feel free to mix in the occasional cracked stone brick where our stone bricks usually go. So now what I want you to do is come along to the back left-hand corner. So looking from the front, we're coming to the back left-hand corner, and we're going to find these 2 stone bricks here, and where they intersect, we're going to put that cobble block right there. And that's going to be our starting point, and I'm going to show you how to build this shape right here. I'll show you the measurements for it. Just it's very important when I'm showing you the length of these lines, we're counting the blocks in the corner. So this line here would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks long. So I'll get up above and show you the measurements. Okay, so on this shape that we just built, we're going to start building up the walls, and these are the blocks we're using. So we're using cobblestone, stone brick, and the occasional cracked stone brick. And for the stairs, it's just cobblestone and stone brick. So what we're going to be doing is just looking toward the center of our shape. We're going to put a stair on top of that line of blocks. And then just up on the angle, we're going to put another block and then a stair facing in the same direction. So just go ahead and do that all the way around, mixing in your different blocks. Okay, you should be looking like this with an outer wall, an inner wall, and then a 4 block tall wall going all the way around in a nice little shape like this. But you can see we're going to put in some sea lanterns. So what we're doing is one block down from the top here, we're just going to put a line of stone blocks and then a line of sea lanterns against it. And I'll just fly up above here so you can get the aerial view and see where to place them. Okay, once you've done that, the only other addition is right at the front here. We're just going to add an extra sea lantern to the end, and then we're going to run these stone blocks all the way along till they connect in that corner. And now I want you to grab some jungle leaves, and we're just going to place one on top of every single sea lantern. Then you can come along to this line of blocks we just placed, and we're just going to add another line of plain stone on top of that. When you get here, you can see we've got this little trench running along here next to our jungle leaves. Just go ahead and place a stone block on top of every other stone block you've got down here. Okay, so once you've done that, I want you to come all the way up here to the back of our castle building, and we're going to place one stone block just against that jungle leaf there. And then we're just going to scroll to our right, and just at this little corner here, we're going to count in 9 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can leave that 9th block there and get rid of the others. So now we're going to connect those 2 blocks with a funny shape. And this is it. So once again, I will bring up the lengths of all these lines of stone, and these numbers are including the blocks in the corners. Okay, once that's done, I want you to come along to this corner here where we started with this stone against that jungle leaf. And right here, we're going to place 31 blocks of stone in a long line. And when you're done, you should be 4 blocks away from that corner right there. So now we're going to switch to spruce planks, and we're going to place 9. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 2 stone on the end. Now you can place a stone block just behind that, and then we're going to run this along until we hit the wall. Okay, once you hit the wall, turn the corner and keep going until we hit the next wall. And you can turn the corner once again. You'll quickly run into this corner, and we will turn around and place these all the way down here. Turn the corner again, and we should finish just there, right where our last sea lantern is. Okay, so now we're going to come back up to this line of blocks we've got floating in the air. Now everything inside that small shape we are going to leave alone, but everything on the outside we are going to fill up with a line of blocks at this height. So when you're done, you should be looking like this, and don't forget to place down a whole bunch of torches underneath, or you'll get the mobs spawning. Okay, so now come along to our spruce planks here, and just behind these you can plug up that gap right there with stone, and then this line of stone here where we've just got a single little layer, just go ahead and plug that up all the way around. Okay, so once that's done, come back along to our spruce planks here, and we're going to add 3 more spruce planks to the tops of these. So we are building it up until it's to the height of the stone just behind it. So just like that, and then on the right hand side here, we will build those blocks up, and then this line of blocks here, we're going to do the exact same thing, adding 3 more just above it. Okay, so when you're done, you should have this little gap in here. You can just go ahead and plug that up completely with stone, or you can put some torches down and just put a roof over the top. It is up to you. Okay, once that's done, come along to this jungle leaf just on the end here, and what we're going to do just with stone, we're going to go 1, 2, and 3, and then grab some more jungle leaves, and on top of every jungle leaf we've already got, we're going to add 2 more. Okay, once you've done that, come along to where our spruce planks are here, and right there we are going to add a block, and we're going to put 12 in total in a line. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now from here on in, we're just going to trace the outline of these blocks right here, but we're going to do it 1 block in. So you can see here I'm just overhanging a little bit. When we turn the corner, we are still overhanging, and just keep going all the way around like this. And where we're going to finish is right next to the jungle leaf, right there. Okay, so now we're going to turn our attention back to this wall we were building earlier. So we had a block, a stair, a block, a stair, and now we're going to continue by just placing another block. So I'll mark it out with diamond blocks here so you can sort of see. We're just doing it at the top of these stairs and we're going all the way around. So it's a little bit of a confusing shape, but I'll put in all the diamond blocks and then you'll be able to see where it goes. And there's the aerial view. So just at the top of those stairs, so we've got wrapping all the way around, just place another single line of blocks. And you, of course, will not be using diamond blocks. You will be using a mixture of stone bricks, cobblestone, and plain stone. So when you're done, you should be looking like this. So now I want you to grab a whole bunch of grass blocks, and in this huge area here where we've got stone underneath our feet, we're just going to fill it all in with grass. So when you're done, you should be looking like that, guys. So now come along to the front right here, and we're just looking at this part of the wall. We're going to put a staircase in here. So what we're going to do is just from this corner count 1, 2, 3 blocks. After those 3, we're going to knock out the 4th, and we're just going to knock out 5 blocks in total. So it'll be 5 wide like that. You can knock out the 5 stairs above it, and then we'll knock out these 5 and everything above that as well. Then these 5 here with everything above that can also go, and we'll knock out those 5 stone, and we'll knock out a bit of grass right here as well. And what we're going to be doing is just grabbing some stairs, and we're going to be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just on the end having a stone block. So we'll go ahead and I'll build this with a mixture of different blocks. Okay, so for this staircase I've just used mostly plain stone stairs, but the occasional stone brick stair, and we've introduced some andesite stairs, and then just up the back here I've used plain old stone. So you can either do it completely randomly or copy what I've got here. And then finally what you want to do is we're going to knock out 1, 2, 3 grass there, 1, 2, 3, and just fill that in with a mixture of stone or cobblestone, and you might even want to add a little bit of extra detail just in these little gaps here. Okay, so now I want you to grab some stone bricks, and we're going to place one on each side of our staircase there, and then we're going to have 2 anvils like that with a stone brick. So same on this side, 2 anvils, a stone brick, and on top of all 4 stone bricks we're going to place a stone pressure plate. Now what we're going to do is, staying with our anvils, looking from the side here, we're going to place them all along the top of the stone. When we get to this corner we're going to use cobblestone this time with a lantern on top, and then turn the corner, same thing, anvils again, and when we get to the corner, cobblestone with a lantern. Now if anvils are too expensive for you, just use a fence, either a dark oak or a spruce fence. I think it would look just fine. So we're going to keep going like this with the anvils and the cobblestone in the corner until we get to that back right hand corner. Okay, so the only difference here is what we're going to do is we're going to place 19 anvils along the back wall here, and then we're just going to stop at the 19th, so directly in line with that stone. Okay, back to the front here, we're going to do the same thing in the other direction. So anvils to the corner, then cobble with a lantern on top and turn the corner, and we're going to keep going like this until we get to the back left hand corner. So once you reach this corner up the end, all we're going to do is place 7 anvils and finish right at the end of those jungle leaves. Okay, once that's done, I want you to come along to this back wall here of stone, And we're just going to plug up this little gap here with stone. So just run these all the way along. So you should be looking like that. So now I want you to come over to this wall of spruce. And just to one side of it, we're going to go 2 spruce planks with a polished andesite. And we'll do the same on this side. So starting against the stone, 2 spruce, and then our polished andesite. Then what we're going to do is knock out 6 blocks in the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to put sea lanterns on the ends. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 stripped oak logs in the middle. And we will do the same thing over here. So, whoops, misplaced that one. 2 sea lanterns and 4 stripped oak logs. And then we'll repeat what we had on the other end. So, polished andesite block, 2 spruce planks, same over here. Andesite, 2 planks, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spruce planks just like that. And once that's done, go ahead and dig out a single layer of grass inside of this rectangle. Okay, so now we're going to start filling in this floor. So up the back here where the spruce planks are, we're going to do a line of sea lanterns and then a line of oak planks, and then just in front of that, stripped oak logs lying on their side, and do the exact same thing over there. So now to fill in this gap in the middle, we're just going to place a sea lantern every second block. Same over here, just every second block, and then we're going to plug up the rest of this just with our stripped oak logs lying on their sides. So this is going to be our bulk storage room, so you can go ahead and put in a line of double chests on each side, and we'll put in the rest of the chests later. But now we're going to build 2 doorways, so we're going to start with stripped dark oak logs, 2 of them right there just on top of the grass. Then switch to the dark oak with the bark all the way around. Just place it against those logs we just placed. Then we'll knock out those 2 blocks, put in stripped oak logs lying on their sides, and then 2 spruce doors, but we'll place them from that direction. And then we'll do the exact same thing up here. So 2 stripped dark oak, 2 more lying on their sides, break those, the stripped oak logs, and then once again we're going to look from this direction to place our spruce doors. Okay, now we're going to build a staircase. So I want you to come along to this spot right here. You can just go 1, 2, 3 stone there, then beside it we're just going to put 2 stone, and we're going to do this 9 times in total. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then coming back along to where we started, right here we're going to put 4 stone. So not on top of those first 3 we placed. And we're going to do that 5 more times. So we've done the 1 there. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now up the top here we're going to put 2 stone on that side. On this side I'm going to decorate a bit. I'll put a cobblestone and a sea lantern with some light grey carpet on top. So you should be looking like this, guys. Now what we're going to do, we'll check if we got our measurements right. We're going to come around here, put 2 stone stairs just on the grass, and we're just going to continue these up. When I get to here I'll just have to place a temporary one, another couple of temporary ones there, and we should finish right there just against those stones. So now you can just grab some plain old stone and plug up this gap. So that's our bulk storage room, and now we're going to lay out the floor for our main storage room. So come along to right here, we're going to put a polished andesite block, and then just here we're going to put another, and you can just put some stone behind that. Then grab your stripped dark oak logs. We'll put 1 facing straight up, then we'll put 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side, another one straight up, and then we'll put a polished andesite right there. Now in front of all these polished andesites, we are going to grab stripped oak logs and put 21 of them. Just like that, guys. And now up this end, we're going to make an exact mirror of what is up the other end there. So on the ends of all of these, we are going to put a polished andesite block On this one on the left, we're going to go 2 stripped dark oak facing straight up with 4 lying on their sides. And then here we're going to put the doorway. So 2 dark oak, then 2 with the bark all the way around. Now in the ground here, we are going to grab our stripped oak logs, put 2 there. And then looking from this direction, we'll put 2 spruce doors. And then the last thing we're going to do is just over here, we're going to put 6 furnaces going straight up in the air, so 12 altogether. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now we'll start replacing the glass. So in front of the furnaces, you can just put oak planks, but the grass in this section, we're going to do the same floor we did in the bulk storage room. So I've done that section already. Just going to do the exact same thing over here. So it's just sea lanterns on the edges every second block, and then put in your stripped oak logs. Just like that, guys. And now we're going to do the big wall of chests that we have along here. So we're going to put a polished andesite block just diagonally from the other one, and we'll do the same on that side. And we'll find the middle block, it is right there, and we'll put another. Now on this first line in here, we're just going to dig out all of this grass, and we're going to replace this with oak planks. And then once we've done that, directly behind it, we're just going to do a matching line, and this one is going to be sea lanterns. And then you can go ahead and on top of these, put in a line of double chests. Now in the time lapse, I did Nembon's big item sorter, his multi-item sorter, and I won't have a world download for that because it's his design. I'll give you the link to his video, and he has a world download for the version of this that I used. His one in the world download uses shulker boxes, but it's pretty easy to figure out how to put double chests in front instead. So if you want to do his design, you can grab it from that. But if you're not a redstoner, you'll probably just leave this big wall of chests the way it is and use manual storage. Put everything away yourself. But if you are going to use Nembon's design, there are a couple of little changes we're going to make right now. So the first thing is this far left chest. Just underneath that, we're going to put another chest as the input chest, and then we'll put that one back on top, and to be able to reach it, we will put an oak stair just there so you can see it. And the same thing on the last chest. This will be an output chest, so we need another one above it, and our oak stair, and then just in here, we are going to remove that block, dig a little hole there. This is going to be another input chest. We'll break that, put our oak stair in, and then instead of the polished andesite block, we'll put an upside down polished andesite stair. Then you can still open your chest. And then the last thing to do is right here, we're going to put a redstone lamp in the middle, and the same over there. Okay, so turn your attention to these 3 polished andesite blocks up the end here. What we're going to do is add 4 polished basalt to each of those with another polished andesite up the top, then a stone brick wall, then a lantern. So go ahead and do this 1, 2, 3, 4 to all 3 of these. And once you've done that, do the exact same thing on the matching 3 up the other end. Just like that, guys. So now what we're going to do is on top of all 6 of these that we've just done, we are going to place a stone block, and then we're going to connect these stone blocks with our polished basalt. So we're going to run a line of them along like that, and then we're also going to run 3 long lines of them down to the other side. So you should be looking like that. And now we're going to build these pillars again, but we are going to do it on top of the 3 polished andesite blocks, or the polished andesite stair in that case. We're going to do the exact same thing right here. So that one already has a lantern, but we'll go, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, a block there. This one, we're going to hang our lantern from the front, and this one already has a lantern as well, and we don't need stone blocks on top of those ones. So now that one in the middle, we're going to build a matching one up this far end. So right there, just in line with it, right near our stairs, we're going to build another one of these, and we will put our lantern toward the front, and then we'll run a little cross beam of the polished basalt all the way along. And that is how you should be looking when you're done, guys. So we've got a nice little frame around our storage room. Now we're going to put up some walls. So come along to where this doorway is here and grab stripped dark oak logs. And on each side we're going to continue that up until we reach the polished basalt above. Same on this side, and then we will do a little cross beam like that. And then we're just going to fill up this gap with snow blocks. So it's nice and simple. And then on this wall here, we're going to do the exact same thing, except there are no doors in this one. So it's just going to be a plain wall. So we'll put our crossbeam across the top and then snow blocks inside. So I'm keeping this storage room nice and plain, like a blank canvas, because if you move in, you'll want to do your own thing. You might want to put a brewing system in the wall there or something like that. But now what we're going to do, exactly what we did just there, we're going to do over there. And once that's done, you can go ahead and build your chest wall up until they are 6 double chests high. And then you can just come up above here and we'll just put a little ceiling on this, and we're just going to use the blackstone brick slabs. So you just go ahead and run a line of these all the way along. Okay, so now we are going to swing around to our furnace and staircase side, and we're going to continue the polished basalt out 2 blocks right there and 2 blocks right here. And now what I want you to do is we're just going to put a line of stone right along here. We'll put one on the end of that basalt, we'll put another one there, and then we're just going to run our basalt over the top of that line of stone. And we're going to continue out in this direction until it just reaches the edge of the stairs. So if you're looking from this direction, it looks like it sort of disappears into the wall. And just under that, we're going to use our plain stone again. Build that all the way along, and I'll just fill up that little gap. Just like that, guys. Okay, so we've started putting the roof on our big storage room. Now we are going to do the same thing in our bulk storage room, but this one's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be 1 block shorter. So you can see we've got the polished andesite blocks in each corner. What we're going to do here is we're going to add 3 basalt this time with our polished andesite on top. So go ahead and do that for all 3. And you'll notice just behind them there'll be this little bit of dead space. You can go ahead and plug that up with stone because we're not going to be using that. So once you've done all 3 of those, go ahead and grab some stone brick walls. We're going to hang our lanterns again, and this time we're hanging them in toward the middle. So we'll do that on this side as well. And then grab some plain stone, and we're going to place a block on top of all 4 pillars. And that's pretty easy. We're just going to make a rectangle of polished basalt connecting those stone blocks. Okay, so now we're going to grab some spruce planks, and we're looking at these 2 on the sides here. We're going to do that 4 more times, and there's going to be a little dead space of stone there, so we will just plug that up. Then we'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we'll do it on this side as well. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And same thing over here, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll have to break 1 block when we do it on this side. 1, 2, 3, we'll replace that stone with our spruce, and 4. And now we'll also build up the wall behind it, but this wall behind, as you can see over here, is going to be 1 block lower than the walls on the sides. So we're just adding 3 levels here, and we're actually going to replace that bit of stone when we do it. So there we go, run that all the way along. Now, unlike in the main room where we put all our chests in, we're not going to do it here yet because we'll be building funny stuff above it that's actually going to stop the top chest from opening. So for the time being, we will just leave those chests as they are. Okay guys, that is as far as we're going to go today. The next tutorial will be for the castle, and it's just going to sit right on top here. And this stone you can see around the edge of the grass, that is sort of the layout for the castle. So when I do the tutorial, you will start building it on top of that stone. And it's just going to plonk on top here, and then we'll come along later in another tutorial and connect this staircase and everything like that. So the tutorial that I'll be doing for the castle will not actually include the rest of the castle base. It's just a little freestanding one like this. And that version doesn't have the entrance to the storage system at all. You can see once we get in here, it's just all plain. So you can see we'll be able to nicely plonk this on top of what we've already built. And there might be one or two little places where in this tutorial I tell you to place a block where you've already got one. For instance, right here in this corner, instead of that stair, you've got an anvil right there. In cases like that, just leave what you've already built so that anvil will remain. So that's it, guys. That's all for today. So I know it hasn't been super interesting building on this one, but we're getting all the foundations done. So everything is crazy pretty from now on. So thanks for watching again, guys. I'm Cortezerino. I will see you later.